The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Sunday, March 3rd on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up today using the promo code SGPN and then go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/dog to enter our bonus contest. 5 winners will receive shirts, hats, and a $50 SGPN gift card. So what are you doing, folks? Hop on over there. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today, people. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, this is John Sally, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Sunday, March 3rd. Woo! These Saturdays are just insane. It's like I have 5 different. It's like early. You go through such a range of emotions through. It's so many games. It was a true fucking roller coaster today. I'm having a good day, but just a roller coaster of a day. I started out super fucking hot, cooled off a bit, went back to hitting some bets, and then ended the night kind of cold. Insane. But I hit a parlay also, and I also had a classic Benedict. Hopefully you caught me on the sports grid. One of the 3 times I was on today. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Dant, Dan, aka Pick Don D. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, terrorist pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
Yes, I'm after you. College basketball. Winning nights every night in March. That's what we do. Had some heartbreak too, though. And we had some hilarious endings, specifically in the MAC. I am joined by my co-host. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, host of the Big 12 College Experience, host of the Ryan and Rush Show. Give it up for Ryan McIntyre, aka Moneyline Mac. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I just tallied up my record in moneyline plays, and after all the shenanigans, after about 80, 90 bets on the day, I made $10 today. So, hey, cheers to that. I'm $10.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
I was like, what the fuck?
But it's the ride. It's the ride. You pay $10 for the ride. It's like,
oh,
dude,
my God.
It's like having a fucking roller coaster in your house. You know what I mean? It's like having it's a better roller coaster. I mean, the only thing is the roller coaster takes about 20 hours. All right. But let's get into it, because I mean, just a fun day of college hoops. Out the gate, Florida Atlantic 79, Tulane 73. Damn it, I took Tulane, but I didn't bet them. Your thoughts on the Owls? Tulane dressed this up a little bit, to be fair, but
yes,
your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, how about I actually ended up throwing a little bit on FAU right before when I saw the scene outside of Boca Raton. That place was on fire this morning, dude. How about God damn, there was a dust up. They were up 20, and then there was a dust up, and then that changed the whole momentum of the game. And Tulane fucking came all the way back. So
I should have bet it. Damn it! I thought it was too many points. Shout out to Cody Frazier for tipping $5. Split even on the night. Thanks for the play, boys. Yeah, I mean, sometimes on a gauntlet like this, like I said, at one point I think I was up. I was like 13-4, and I was sitting there saying, like, I got to be honest, because I got up so early, I bet some more games that I'll tell you, I picked some losers in those in that second wave of hoops. So yeah, we did hit the money line on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Oh baby,
it was a little lock battle against Terrell Furman here. What's up, Terrell? Buzz sting. Jackets win 85-76. Money line play, 2 bitches. Jump on in. Your thoughts, Damon Stoudemire, continues at 13-16 now. So it's all right. Your thoughts?
Yeah, this was a they kind of kicked their ass from the beginning. I know Florida State made it a game, but they led by double digits the majority of the game, in my opinion, and that's a good win. This was a good little bounce back for them. He's done an all right job in year number 1, all things considered. When you beat Duke and Carolina, that's a good little start. So, I mean, there's some other coaches that have not done such a good job in their first year, and we'll talk about that.
Yes. Shout out to Greg Kalish, gives us $20. Mac, you just doubled your money. There we go.
Hey, I was up 4 digits last night, but then $10 today. I'll take a little tip on the top, maybe. I'll take $10. Throw it on a Chinese. There's got to be like a Chinese baseball league or some shit going on right now. Let's see if we can double it up right now.
I can figure it out for you. I got a guy around the clock that's texting me what to jump in on action wise. Australia, you got shit going everywhere. So Holy Cross was down 17 at half. They did cut it to 8, and I thought we were going to pull this out of our ass. No, they lose by 10. We had 9.5. This Holy Cross team's horrible. They're fucking horrible. I don't understand. I don't understand how
they fouled down 8 with 3 seconds. Idiots.
What are they doing? What are they hoping for, the 8-point play? What's going on here? Brutal. Absolutely brutal. How was I making so much money on them at one point this year?
We can't take them on the road. Well, I say that, and their season's basically over.
Yeah, that's true. Butler. We double locked the Butler Bulldogs. They beat the piss out of DePaul. Easy play. Let's go. Your thoughts on the Bulldogs domination? I guess we don't really need to talk about it. It's DePaul, right? That's just the way things go sometimes, right?
DePaul started all right. I go, oh shit, is Butler really gonna fucking lose to DePaul? And then I go, holy shit, they're down 20 at half. What the fuck happened? This game was like a 90-minute game. It was like DePaul's like, hey, let's hurry up and run the clock. Let's finish this up. Season's over.
We then had Providence and a double lock, actually a triple lock if you count the morning show. Hey, shout out to Villanova. This was impressive. I think they might even be getting a game ball from Dundee. Yeah. 8 shit here. Your thoughts?
Yes. Dude, this was frustrating because I felt like Providence was on the verge of blowing this thing out. And then shout out to Villanova. I mean, they made some fucking tough shots. They controlled the whole tempo in the second half. Unbelievable. That's going to get them on the right side now. On the other side, Providence, they might have to beat UConn now. They might have to beat UConn next Saturday to get in. They're going to come right down.
All they have is Georgetown at Georgetown, which could be dangerous. It could look. Georgetown gave them a game.
I forgot about Cooley.
Yeah, at George. Oh, wouldn't this be great for the rivalry? Look, I want to see Providence in, but this would be great for the rivalry. If Georgetown wins this game.
Oh yes,
this is so perfect. Tuesday night, folks. Tuesday night. Oh, yeah. Ate a big old bowl of shit here, but we got so lucky on this game. I shouldn't bitch about any game. How we covered Lehigh plus 3.5.
That in VCU.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
3.5 hookers were nice for us. The hookers
Dude,
were on our
Colgate
side.
was up by I feel like 14 to somewhere between 7 and 14, pretty much the entire game. Very, very fortunate. I thought they were going to foul too. Yeah, double lock on the Mountain Hawks, getting it done for us. And then I did not bet this game, but I know you did. South Carolina 82, the Gators 76. South Carolina moves to 24-5. And they have 2 games left. Now, I'm going to make a prediction. Tennessee beat Bama tonight. We'll talk about that later. So South Carolina already has a tiebreaker on Tennessee, but they host them on Wednesday. I think South Carolina could beat Tennessee on Wednesday. But get
they
this.
won in Knoxville.
Yeah. But I bet you they lose in Starkville on Saturday. I bet you they have the 1 seed wrapped. Like they're thinking, oh, they're going to get this. And they lose in Starkville on Saturday. I don't know. I mean, what a win, by the way. That Florida was up majority of the game. I feel like now it was never it was never a blowout, but I feel like Florida was up 4-7. Almost probably 30 minutes to 35 minutes of the game.
Yep. Yeah, they stretched it to 10, and then Lamont Paris went 1-3-1, and Florida looked like they never fucking saw 1-3-1 zone in their fucking lives and shit themselves. Great adjustment by Paris and that staff. This was frustrating for me having Florida because I was like, I kind of feel pretty good about this. Just like I felt pretty good about Providence at halftime, and they both just shit the bed right at the same time. So great comeback by the Cox, and they continue to roll. It's going to be interesting. I don't know if they could sweep Tennessee, but they went to Knoxville already.
I just feel like Tennessee might have thrown all their eggs in this basket, and it's the second end of a back-to-back. But Tennessee's definitely the probably should be favored in that game. I don't know since they lost the first one, but I can tell you this: I am waiting for Noah Beanick because I'm going to bring the argument back up that I think South Carolina had an easier schedule than Bama, Tennessee, and Florida down the stretch. Now, just because A&M and Ole Miss are not good. They're phony good. Like Ole Miss to me, I watched them tonight. I still think they're phony good.
They suck.
Yeah,
their
record was lying to us.
They're a overachieving first year team under Chris Beard.
I mean, Chris Beard have a defense like 220th. Unreal. Yeah. That doesn't normally happen.
Which makes no sense because they have 2 of the best shot blockers in the country. I don't get it. I don't get it.
They're
one of the weirdest teams I watch all year. I'm like, this team has no identity. I don't know what they're trying to do.
Hopefully you listen to the morning show or caught the picks page because I did bet St. Joe's minus the points against Fordham. I did not give this on the show last night. I was thinking about that. I was like, Fordham's horrible on the road. St. Joseph's due comes through for me as a 13-point win. We don't need to talk about that game. But then we double locked the Baylor Bears. Triple locked if you count Terrell Furman. Baylor, this actually, of course, I bet this thinking Kevin McCullough's not playing. And then I see he's playing. I'm like, I'm fucked. But the triple lock hits. Baylor down the stretch made the plays they needed to. I thought Kansas might backdoor this thing for a minute there when they hit a big 3. Your thoughts on this game? Huge game in the Big 12, and gosh, man, the standings. Kansas? Who do they have before the Houston game?
K-State at the Fog, so they'll win that. So they fucking own K-State at the Fog.
Hopefully we get a fight though.
Yes, I encourage it.
What'd you make of this game, man?
So this was my biggest bet of the day. This is my lock because I thought McCullough wasn't playing. So I locked that thing in at 4.5 last night. And then I saw McCullough was playing. I go, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Bill was playing mind games with us again. That fucking bastard.
Dude, I saw people that cover the University of Kansas report that he was not playing last night.
I know. They said he was fucking out for the year.
Fucking brutal, man.
Yeah, and then I see that he's playing this morning, and I'm like, he's got to be fucking kidding. And the line moved, and I go, I can't even get out of this. But I actually had a horrible feeling about it. going into the game when I saw McCullough was playing, because I'm like, oh God, Bill's gonna pull out one of his fucking rabbits out of his ass. They're gonna pull this game out in Waco, but the Baylor guards too much. And the big fella for Baylor. Why am I drawing a blank on his name? Misi, the guy that.
Oh yeah, dude, he's fucking good, man.
His development has been unbelievable from where he's come at the beginning of the year to now. I thought he was better than Dickinson. Kansas needs a refund on the Dickinson investment. They have not got their fucking money's worth.
Yeah. I mean, Dickinson's he's a stat sheet warrior. I said this today on the grid, sports grid. I was like, I don't know that he makes your team that much better. He is and
this is for Noah. Is it ironic that Bill Self in 20 plus years at Kansas buys Hunter Dickinson and he's lost the most games in Big 12 play ever?
Yeah, I think it's a mix of that. I also think it's a mix of the conference. Like Iowa State's better than normal. TCU is now starting to, and then you add in BYU and Houston, and all of a sudden, and even like Cincinnati and stuff. I mean, I don't know if I'll throw UCF a bone there, but it's just a lot deeper than I feel like it was, 10 years ago. So, huge win for Baylor there. I'm mad at myself. I did not bet Monmouth. I almost pulled the trigger on this. They won by 15 against Elon. And then, fuck you, Wisconsin. Fuck you.
I hate them, man. They choke.
I can't stand this team. Why? The one time I've hated them all year. I remember arguing with the people in the chat when they were on their win streak. I was like, they're a counterfeit ass team. So I finally take them thinking this is the moment they have to get up. And shout out to the Illini. They look good on the road. But man, fuck Wisconsin. Fuck Wisconsin. I'm done with them. Let's talk about that for a second. Are they going to make the tournament for sure? Because they have a home game against Rutgers. I would favor them against Rutgers, but then they're at Purdue. If they somehow lose to Rutgers and they end up 18-12, I mean, I don't think they should be a fucking tournament team.
No, it's interesting how they value Wisconsin, because from a metric standpoint, they're fucking off the charts, but you got to fucking hold them accountable for losing 7 out of fucking 9.
Yes.
But in the non-con, they beat Marquette. They who else they beat? They beat Virginia by almost 30.
20 points. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I know Virginia's not that good, but still 20-point win is a good win. And they beat SMU, who's playing better. And they were playing better at the beginning of league play, but SMU. We'll talk about them.
I can't believe I didn't play the money line on fucking UTSA, dude.
I know.
I'm so mad at myself. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. But shout out to Chad G for giving us $5 and make your point. I'm sorry.
If they lose to Rutgers at home, they're going to lose at Purdue. That would be how many losses? I'm doing the math. 4.
No, that would be in a row.
9 out of 11, including another 4-game losing streak. I think you got to leave them out if they lose to Rutgers.
He's going to get fired, and he should get fired if they miss the tournament. I think he should. It wasn't that long ago this program was in the national championship.
You might bring home Lamont Paris.
That's right. He has ties there.
That was a
he
former
has ties there. Yeah. Oh man, that'd be brutal for South Carolina. Shout out to Illinois too. I mean, I'm still reluctant to buy into Illinois. Shout out to 357 who gave us $5 as well.
I don't trust Illinois either.
Yeah.
They're too iso ball reliant.
Underwood, I like to fade Underwood in March, but I mean, he's making me look like an idiot today. Shout out to 357. By the way, you can watch this youtube.com/the college experience. I like John Boy Media, but I disagree with him saying that they should have a 1-minute timer for court storm. Yes. Get the fuck out of here with that. No, I do not. I mean, this is going to sound arrogant, and I don't mean it to be arrogant, but I really don't have a lot of time right now to watch any other shit. You know what I mean? It's like college hoops, do shows, and then my wife and son. You know what I mean? So walk my dog. It's. I feel like a year ago I would have a lot more time to listen and watch other shit. But dude, how about Travis Lexington Steele holding Eastern Michigan to 37 points? You might need a game ball just for that on their home court. How's that even fucking possible?
I know it.
How's that possible?
What the fuck?
I'm just baffled at this. The Mac was hilarious today.
Yeah.
VMI, thank you for talking me into betting VMI because they covered for us.
They almost blew it.
Yeah, almost blew it, but they covered against Wofford. Double lock. Tulsa beats Temple. I was on Tulsa. You were on Temple. None of us bet this, but did you bet this?
I bet Temple. They bad pick. They fucking suck again. they were riding high. I was buying in, and boom.
Yeah, and shout out to the fan that tagged us that he went to the Stonehill Central Connecticut State game. You are a fucking saint. All right. Tagged us in a photo at the game. Stonehill covered, I believe. Right? Did they? I think it was. Yeah, they covered by 1.5. I got that correct, but didn't bet it. We don't need to talk about that, but we did double lock, and I would argue that, man. I thought I sprinkled some on the money line here, and I thought I was going to hit this on the money line, but Arkansas double lock. They were up for a lot of the game. Collapsed down the stretch. Almost blew the cover. Shout out to Jared Green giving us $10. Can we stop calling out this Cody Frazier guy? He talked me into giving a. Hey, he's good, people. He'll be out in Vegas. Come on out, Jared. Let us know. And come on out. I'll buy you a drink, man. Your thoughts on this Arkansas-Kentucky game?
Was this a fucking open gym game? Is anybody going to play any fucking defense? This game was awful to watch. I'm like, hello, is anybody want to guard anybody? Defense was optional in this game, but Kentucky, they're fucking talented, man. I mean, we talk about it all the time. Yeah, good win, I guess. They avoided the letdown. They've faltered in some of these letdown spots, so at least survive in advance. Well done, Cats.
Yeah. I mean, coming back, that's a big win because you were down majority of the game, and then you come back and get it done. And then another shocker in the SoCon, Mercer beats Furman by 7 at Furman. What the fuck is up with Furman this year?
I don't know. I was wondering that too. They should have been playing better by now, headed into the conference tournament. I don't know what I think of them, man.
Yeah. The most hilarious game of the day, in my opinion, was Western Michigan Ball State.
The 94-foot bounce pass.
If you haven't seen the ending of this game, Maction is just the greatest.
How does he not fucking deflect that?
And then the player anticipates them deflecting it. So the guy guarding the guy who dunks it. So if you didn't watch the game, in overtime, with 1 second left, like 1.5 seconds or something, Western Michigan has to throw the ball 90 feet. Well, and it looks like it's like a Hail Mary. It looks like it's going to get deflected. He throws it over all of those guys. It bounces perfectly to a guy alone who makes a layup, and the guy defending him assumed the ball was going to get hit by the group of people in the middle. So he comes off his guy because he thinks he's going to be able to get the ball. This is the most fucking hilarious ending in a long time. If you haven't watched this, you got to check it out. I'm so glad I didn't bet because I was going to bet Ball State. In my head, I was like, hey, if you had to talk me into adding some more locks, I think I would have. If this game was played at night, I would have bet Ball State because I was winning. I was winning, and I started spraying the board later in the night. And yeah, what a fucking ending. Just unbelievable. Shout out to Miles, who says, great show every night. Appreciate the time and work you guys put in, man. Well, thank you. And we appreciate the time and work the chat puts in, and people like you, Miles, that are listening to us or watching us. We are very grateful. So that goes tenfold. Dude, this is the funniest game of all time. Let's be honest. Shout out to Western Michigan is 11-18. I know that's horrible, but that's a great year so far. It's development. Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe they won on a 94-foot bounce pass. So like, you'll never see that again,
dude.
You know, that's good fundamentals. You work on the 94-foot bounce pass. What the fuck is this league?
Oh, can you imagine having Ball State money line? Oh man, it's just seeing the Ball State players' reaction was fucking hilarious. I mean, you know, Michael Lewis has to be at the bar tonight.
Oh yeah.
Or at least at the house, just throwing him back. His poor wife's just here, and he's like, "How the fuck did they pick? How did no one pick up the guy? How did they let that? How did they not touch the ball? Right?" Oh man, Hofstra, Charleston. I'm glad I did not ride with you. I actually took Charleston. Your thoughts on this one, man?
They got fucked up, man. The angle of fading the first place teams did not go well for me. Early, I guess with St. Mary's it did, but this one, no, fuck. And then South Dakota State. Whew.
Yeah, that's the next game here. South Dakota State drills North Dakota State. Bad play by us.
Horrible.
Bad play.
Might have been the worst play of the day, to be honest.
I don't know. I had a couple. That might be though. I was about to say it might be in the Pac-12 with Oregon.
Oh.
They just didn't show up. They suck. Get Altman out of there. Retire. Go to a mid-major. Anyway,
my angle on some of these teams being desperate, catching big numbers did not play out well early to start the day. Fucking Oregon, that was fucking pathetic. Enjoy the NIT. And our guy got hurt again. Dante. I look up and he's flipping off the floor. I go figure.
I'm sorry if I couldn't be his father. I couldn't be his father.
It's hurt every fucking game.
Dude, you ever seen the movie Unbreakable?
Yeah.
It's that he's Samuel Jackson, Mr. Glass in Unbreakable. Because that motherfucker, he can't do anything. So, dude, a lot of times it's before the season ever starts. So it's like in practice.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even believe it's real. Like, how can someone get hurt that much in basketball?
It's incredible. I didn't even know what happened. He just started limping. I go, what even hurt? Is it a cramp? I think it might have been a cramp for all I know. But I'm like, this motherfucker's always fucking hurt. You stay in that training room. I was like, that's what I get for taking Oregon. Fuck the Ducks. Fucking out.
Yeah. We ate shit on both of those plays.
Man. Yeah.
I should have locked up Binghamton, and shout out to we have a fan, and I'm sorry, I've been watching a shit ton of basketball, man. I don't remember everyone's screen name, and I should, because that's really cool that he goes to all the Binghamton games. But I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. Binghamton continues their solid season with an 87-74 win against New Hampshire. Presbyterian took down Charleston Southern, but Southern covered. Buffalo, the Blue Bulls almost knocked off Toledo. Toledo won by 6. Something's wrong with Toledo, by the way.
Yes.
UNC Asheville shits on Radford. We ate shit here.
Yeah, Courtney Love won here.
The line made no fucking sense.
I know.
You tricked us. You fucking tricked us.
Bad day for taking the stinky lines.
Mm-hmm.
The stinky lines did not come through much today.
Shout out to Johnny Applestonks. Had Ball State and thought it couldn't get worse. Then Albany happened. Still up 4 units today. Thanks. It gives us $10. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Unbelievable. I just couldn't imagine being on that side of the game. William and Mary get it done against Hampton. Kudos to you. You picked this correct. I picked this incorrect. No bet.
Bet it.
We did double lock fucking Sacred Hot, and Sacred Hot put the kibosh on that Merrimack win streak. 89-85. The state of, let's just talk about the state of Connecticut right now, because we know UConn's a fucking force. The Central Connecticut State Blue Devils, the real Blue Devils, are a force. Fucking Sacred Hot is a force. Who's my other squad there? Fairfield is very good. And you have Yale. I mean, the basketball being played in the state of Connecticut, unreal. It makes you think that those pieces of shit at Hartford University that canceled their basketball program the year They had just made the NCAA tournament for the very first time, and then they canceled the basketball program. Those pieces of shit. I hope they're all unemployed right now because that was ridiculous what they did to John Gallagher. Your thoughts on fucking Sacred Hot getting the dub?
Yeah, this is kind of like the Lehigh game where we faded the first place team. Merrimack had a fucking 10-game win streak headed into this. So Sacred Heart, good win. Gallagher's better off. I like him at Manhattan.
Of course. Well, you're fighting with administration on keeping your program after you make the NCAA tournament for the first time. What are we thinking here?
Pussy motherfucker.
It's like, well, we were losing money. Not in the basketball world. You made the NCAA tournament. That's a check right there. What are you talking about? This was a low key, really good game, man. And I picked it incorrectly, but I didn't bet it. Gardner Webb and Winthrop was a good fucking basketball game today. Gardner Webb 65, Winthrop 64. The running Bulldogs get it done. I mean, that was fun. Did you catch any of this?
I did not. This 2:00 and 4:00 Eastern. There's so many fucking games.
Yeah.
At 9 screens, I can only get so many games on. Like, goddamn. There's fucking 30 other games going on right now.
We ate a big old bowl of shit on Oklahoma State. Texas showed up today. They ate a big old bowl of shit there.
This was frustrating because this is always when Texas fucking does not show up. But they took it to them. I mean, give them credit. Like, this kind of was the theme of the day. The teams that usually kind of play with their food a little bit, they showed up today. So kudos to Texas for putting it on the Cowboys.
And then Navy beats American. What? I'm glad we didn't bet this. What?
Like, what the fuck?
I was like, American, they're gonna make the NCAA tournament. They could be a dangerous first round draw. They lose to the Navy's horrible this year. And shout out to CJ Sullivan. He talked, not that I was going to bet this, but Duquesne did handle George Mason. You picked Duquesne with Sullivan. I took George Mason, but I didn't bet the game. But nice win for the Dukes, limiting George Mason to just 51 points there at home. But then we had a double lock. One of our North Dakota schools hit. The Fighting Cocks got it done by 29 points against South Dakota. South Dakota's horrible. Watched like 5 minutes of this game. South Dakota might be bottom 5 in the country.
Yeah, killed.
I'm super mad at this one because at one point this morning, I had this bet loaded in the window, and I hit the X button. I was going to take LaSalle -5, and of course they win by 6 against George Washington. LaSalle's hot. They're somewhat hot coming in there. They feel like they've won what? They've won 4 of 5 down the stretch, and UMass and St. Bonaventure were on that list. I know G-Dub's been complete ass. The Colonials, that's what the Colonials get. They're on a fucking 12-game losing streak now. 12 game. What the hell happened to them? That's one of the more astonishing stories in college basketball all year. Yeah,
because their last win was George Mason, right?
By like 30. It doesn't make any sense. They were really playing decently early in the year.
I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah. I ate shit on Chattanooga. I think you joined me on this, but Western Carolina won by 20 at Chattanooga. Western Carolina moves to 22-9. Great. What's going on in these mountains in North Carolina? You got App State playing out their ass. You got Western Carolina rolling. These mountains of North Carolina are just giving us really good basketball teams. Pissed away $100 there, but it's okay because Wilmington came back for me.
No, we needed this.
Double lock on the Seahawks. Win by 11 against Towson.
There's dust up in this game.
Always. This was on CBS Sports. Nice little dust up. Get on over there. Shout out to Greg Godin, new listener. Love the show. Wright State overs are an absolute cash machine. Essentially, finally got Twitter and tagged y'all from scenic Dayton, Ohio, for my live sweat. Hey, that's awesome, and I love your shout out to the Cleveland Indians, man. Big time,
Yeah, that is the Indians.
Yeah, they're the fucking Indians. All right. They're the fucking Indians. We're never changing that shit to the Guardians. All right. They're the Indians on this show. Shout out for the $5 too. And I know Wright State's a fun watch this year. Your thoughts on Wilmington getting it done? Is there any value in taking Wilmington to win the CAA.
Yeah, what would they lost in the title game last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely. And we're going to touch on some of these previews here soon. But yeah, I definitely think there's value taking Wilmington over Charleston. Revenge, maybe.
We both took UMass, and whew, they survive against Davidson 69-67. They cover for us. We didn't bet it, but did you bet it?
No, because I was scared of this game. This game, I mean, the number was correct. It was a 1-point game the whole game.
Maybe my biggest wager of the day, and I got to be honest, when I saw it shoot up this morning, I laughed because I bet this actually yesterday. Michael Crichton minus. Well, I mean, I think it's closed at 7.5. I was laying like 4.5 or 5.
Yeah.
They drilled Marquette. I was on the Sports Grid today, and they asked me specifically this game. Do I think Marquette and Creighton could be in the Final Four? And I said, sure, but I would bet against it. How do you feel about that statement?
Both of them in the Final Four?
No, just one of the two.
I mean,
it was a tough question because I was like, I need to see a bracket. I need to see a bracket, but
I kind of hate those questions. I actually kind of had a bad feeling about this game, and I bet a shitload on Creighton too. But when they said that Kolek was out, and who else was that? The big fella, Oso. It was when they said they were both out, I'm like, and the line shot up. I'm like, oh my God, is everybody in America going to bet Creighton? And is this a game where all the backups rally and pull one out of their ass on the road? And they were in the game. I mean, they led for a little bit of it, but Creighton finally wore them down. Shireman made some big threes. Ashworth. Creighton's good. Senior day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marquette's good. Marquette was impressive today. I mean, they didn't have their fucking point guard in.
Yeah.
In
no,
center.
they hung in. They could, and he's a huge part of their fucking team.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The
big kid, he's fucking Oso's fucking good as shit. They miss him just as much as Kolek almost.
Yeah. Yeah. And shout out to everyone's in here. And I love seeing this. I love seeing this because it's just right. You know what I mean? Like, it's just right. You know what I mean? Like,
it's common sense.
Yeah. It's shout out youtube.com/the college experience. Bullets, Washington Redskins, Cleveland Indians, George Washington Colonials, all what they should fucking be. It's abs. I will argue with anybody on this shit. I will argue with anybody because I just think it's ridiculous to it doesn't mean, I don't know. I know we have to go through 500 games, but I could do a fucking seminar on this. Shout out to Moisty Turtle Picks. I'll donate $20 on the next show. In appreciation of the best college basketball. Dundee, you are the best, and a man of my word will donate. I will appreciate you, man. If you can do it, if not, it's all good, brother. Yeah, we ate shit on Samford laying that big number against the Citadel. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Samford kind of was not very good this week. That was my thoughts on them. They kind of played with their food after they got the 1 seed.
Yeah. Yeah. I am so pissed at myself, man. So I'm sitting over there today and I'm loading up bets. I'm having a pretty good morning and I'm like, okay, what should I scatter the board with? And I'm like, I'm going to take that UTSA 17.5 or 16.5, whatever the fuck it was. Right. And I actually thought about playing the money line just because I knew their offense has been nasty lately. Their offense putting up like 80, 90 points every night. I'm so disappointed because it was such a big spread that would have made my whole. I would have been so drunk on this show tonight had I done that. It still hits for me. I bet this it hit for me, but dude. What's going on with UTSA? This offense, if you look at I know they're 11 and 19. Let me just rattle off some.
Wow.
Dude, they scored 89 against Tulsa. Now I know North Texas held them to 64, but they still upset North Texas as a 16-point dog. Then you go back to some of their other outings. They've scored a lot of points, man. This offense can fly. I mean, I know it's something to monitor, I guess, in the AAC tournament. I think UTSA is playing a lot better basketball. The best that I can ever recall the Roadrunners being in a way. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you. They are playing better, and this is a big year for Henson. I think he's like in his 5th or 6th year, so maybe they can go on a run in the conference tourney.
Yeah. I mean, they can score some points, man. Ivy Curry, I think the guy's name was. He went for like 35 points today.
Yeah.
Folks, I want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. Look, pick whether your favorite player will have a higher or lower stat total in this week's game for a chance to win big. You can win 100 times the amount of money you enter in a single night. So what are you doing, folks? Sign up today with the promo code SGPN and get your first deposit doubled up to $100, as well as an instant pick-up special. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com and find them in the App Store or Google Play Store. And don't forget to register with my promo code there, SGPN, to get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Once again, as well as an instant pick-up special. And look, SGPN is teaming up with Underdog to give you even more of a bonus. Sign up between now and the end of the month, and 5 winners will receive an Underdog hat, Underdog shirt, and a $50 SGPN gift card. Sign up today using the promo code SGPN, and then go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/dog to enter the contest for you to win. All right, we are back on the college basketball experience, and we did double lock Vermont. System play. Two starters injured. Not a problem. Vermont 74, UMass Lowell 62. I'm doing the morning show, and my fucking app that tells me a lot about injuries does not have this. And shout out to someone in the chat who goes, no, 2 guys are out. Then I Googled those 2 guys and they were out, but no problem. Vermont's Vermont, man. You don't just walk in to Burlington Coat Factory there at the Roy Patrick Gymnasium. Start your football program, you pussies. And they're fire at home, dude.
They clinched the league today too. That was a big win. 1 seed, so that means the conference tournament will go through Vermont, and they'll be dancing again. And they'll probably play with us again and almost win the first round. And yeah,
we also had a double lock on Penn State, and we almost pissed this. They almost pissed in our face. They almost pissed in our face. Minnesota 75, Penn State 70. We got it done, though. We got it done. That's all that matters. Your thoughts?
I would have jumped off a bridge if this had not covered. They were up by 20 in this fucking game, and they completely collapsed. And yeah, good game plan initially, and then they credit Minnesota. They find a way to grind out another one at home. Anybody bitching about Minnesota cover? No, fucking Minnesota was not the right side. You're down 20. You do not deserve to cover 6.
Yeah.
Unless you're BYU.
Yeah, right. Thankfully, we'll talk about that because that actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Minnesota is what, 18-11. They have a home game against Indiana, which I think they could be 19-11, and an away game at Northwestern, which I actually think they have a shot in. 20-11 heading into the the Big Ten tournament. What do they got to do to get in? 2 rounds? Two wins? 3?
But remember, we talked about this. Their non-conference sucked, and they lost. I understand to Missouri. That loss to Missouri is a killer.
I understand that, but they still have they have some. They beat Northwestern the first time. They swept Penn State. They beat Michigan State. You know, they won some, I guess, decent conference games. Nebraska they beat. You would think at some point that would help them, right? They beat UTSA. All of a sudden, UTSA looks like the best fucking team ever. I don't know. I'm just saying. I wonder what so you think they got to win the Big Ten tournament to get in?
They probably got to go to the semis or finals.
Yeah.
They can't be one and done. I can tell you that.
Yeah. I guess it depends on who else loses as well or wins. Yeah. We double locked Vanderbilt. I'm going to blame you because you talked me into this one. They fucking suck. LSU 14-point win in Nashville.
Honestly, it wasn't even that close. I don't know what the fuck, man. Every time I sit,
it's that fucked up court where the fans sit like 30 feet back. There's no home edge.
Yeah.
How can you be such a smart academic school and be so fucking stupid? How can you be such a stupid fucking place? Fix your fucking basketball court.
We got to take Vandy and Kentucky though this week.
I do agree. I do.
They're good on the road for whatever reason.
Yeah. Morehead State drills Lindenwood, and I don't remember what the line is, but I didn't bet it. I think they covered. They won by 18.
Yeah, I think they covered too.
And then Central Michigan, Kent State was a classic. Dude, MAC football and MAC basketball. It may never win a national championship again, but damn it, some of their games are the most entertaining fucking games. I hope they never change. This game was insane. If you, I know most people probably didn't watch this. I was just flickering through. I didn't watch the majority of the game. I watched it late. And this game was hilarious. This was a wild game, man.
I know.
Like Kent State almost lost in regulation. And then it's just a back and forth game. Kent State wins by 6, but Central covers. Your thoughts? You didn't bet this, right?
I bet Kent. And at one point, I thought Kent was going to cover because Kent went on like a 20-0 run.
It was
went
back.
6.
It was an insane game.
I was like, what the fuck's going on right now? But yeah, Central Michigan was probably the right side. They're not probably. They were. They were up a majority of the game outside of that Kent run. Yeah, shit show. Shit show Mac, baby. Shit show is a good way to describe this.
I tried to bring you into this one. You backed away. But Bethune-Cookman, disrespectful. This line crept up overnight, too. Bethune-Cookman wins outright against Southern. Reggie Theus getting it done for us. Bethune's a wagon. I know it's a roller coaster, but I feel like I'm up on the season on Bethune. Delaware got drilled by Stony Brook. I took Delaware, didn't bet them. Greensboro, nice call. Did you bet East Tennessee State?
I did. Good win. They
nice
won
call.
the buzzer.
I didn't bet that game. That was a fun watch. The SoCon always delivers. And then we had a double lock on Colorado State. Colorado State fucking sucks. I mean, look, they win by 8.
Dude, them in New Mexico better be careful.
I know. They're playing with fire, man. And Weber just destroys Northern Arizona. Didn't bet this game, but definitely picked it incorrectly. We did double lock Utah Valley in the 8 shit. Right now, UT Arlington is the greatest team in college basketball.
Are they ever going to lose again? Are they ever going to lose again?
The games aren't even close, too. They're winning by they're just whooping ass on the road.
We rode them for a while, but it was like, God damn, they got to come back this game. No, Valley had won 5 in a row, too. And they fucking went in there and said, whack. I was like, God damn.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Littlecock just put it on Tennessee Tech. Now, I actually laid it with Littlecock, but I mean, I didn't bet this game.
They won the league. Littlecock.
They won by 40. Littlecock hasn't won a game by it's unbelievable, unfucking believable. The chat was just talking about this.
What are you gonna do if he goes dancing, Darryl Walker?
I'm happy for him then, but I mean, dude, I grew up a Washington Bullet fan.
Yeah.
So like, I want him to succeed. He's been a roller coaster to handicap over the past few years. I know the chat was talking about this, but Albany loses in overtime to Maine. The Great Danes. we had a classic Nor'easterner here, or Nor'easter. And then, dude, the biggest heartbreak here. I know my man in the chat was upset about Albany. How about Northwestern State?
I know they're
up
the
by
whole game.
7 or 8 majority of the game. They lose by 5 in overtime. What were we getting? We were getting 4.5. Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
He's hurt, and they missed a wide open 3 at the buzzer.
I wish I would have bet St. Louis because they did. They were the more talented team. They went into Rhode Island and got it done. And then we double locked, and I felt good about this. This was triple lock, by the way. If you listen to the morning show, South Florida just destroyed. Let's talk about this.
How did this happen?
This was never a game.
Yes, Charlotte's good.
This was never a game, and I'm of the opinion. Let's have a talk about college basketball. Amir Abdul-Rahim went to the NCAA tournament at Kennesaw State last year. The Kennesaw team was a very fun watch.
Yeah.
He uses the portal, brings in the kid from Boise, brings in a couple of his Kennesaw guys. I have a hard time justifying Ed Cooley's first year.
Yeah.
I know Ed Cooley got paid a bunch of money by Georgetown, and you're saying, "Oh, I'm building this." It's hard to justify it these days, and I don't know what other first or Tobin Anderson even, right? It's hard to justify your first year. It's a brand new day of college basketball. Like, this is not 20 years ago when you say, "Oh, you're building it." You saw Jerome Tang at Kansas State.
Yeah.
You're seeing Abdul Rahim at South Florida. I think, to me, Ed Cooley should have to answer these questions. Why are you so bad? You had access to the transfer portal. Look at South Florida. And to me, they passed the eye test, man. They got athletes that they did not have. And I'm like, what is this team?
Yeah.
I was watching the game today, and look, I'm still probably going to fade them in the AAC tournament. But I was watching the game today, and I said, this is a team that could go to the Sweet 16. Like, they have guys. And to me, when I look around and I'm like, I'll even throw Rick Pitino in this mix. Now, Pitino's made it up a little bit, and at least St. John's is better than they were a year ago under Mike Anderson. But to me, these older coaches are behind the 8 ball. You look at all these 1 year coaches that come right in and use the portal. Now, it's a brand new day and age of college basketball, and I don't think the fans should put up with it. If I was a Georgetown fan, I'd be like, we spent this much money on Ed Cooley, and you fucking. When I watch South Florida, I see a team like that they went out in the portal and they got guys. Now, granted, they got some guys in your system, but Cooley could have got, if they loved it, if he could have brought some of his Providence players down there. I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts on this? Because when I find it kind of crazy that we just give him a pass these days. I know historically, like, I'm kind of like a guy like with Kyle Neptune. I'm like, give him a 3rd year. But I almost think there's no excuse if you can go use the portal like these other coaches are. What the fuck are you doing?
Well, yeah, especially because they didn't go really the freshman route. Like, Notre Dame went the freshman route. Notre Dame went the traditional, we're going to build it up and not really go the transfer portal. We're going to be young. But Notre Dame is better than Georgetown.
Yeah, Notre Dame, and they've had significant wins.
Yeah,
they beat Virginia by 20.
Yeah. We knew that Notre Dame was going to take it on the chin early and then get better. Georgetown didn't do that. Georgetown tried to mix it up and match it in the portal, and it hasn't worked out. And I know they're still trying to get their NIL situation underway, but I mean, shit. That's on Cooley, man. They gotta don't take the job if the NIL collective isn't what it's supposed to be. I mean, you can't blame the NIL collective while you fucking make $4 or $5 million a year.
Well, their fans aren't giving them shit, and I'll even throw it to Thad Matta. Look, and I defend Thad Matta. I think he's a very good coach. I think it's going to be long term. It's going to be a good hire for Butler, but I do think these older coaches are losing it a little bit by not using the portal to its fullest.
Patrick Ewing could have done what Ed Cooley's doing.
No, I was actually going to do a deep dive on that, and I know Clark's not in here right now, but I'd be curious to know. In my mind, I feel like Georgetown was a little bit better last year. Am I crazy? Or maybe that was 2 years ago, but I don't know.
I think they had 1 win last year. They were ass last year. They've been ass for a while. It's been a continuation of the Ewing era is what it has been.
I just don't think we should have the patience. And when you watch, if I'm a Georgetown fan and I'm watching South Florida, even if I'm watching Pitino, because at least Pitino's teams are competitive, right? And then there's other teams too. Like I said, Jerome Tang at Kansas State comes in year 1, brings in a bunch of portals, and goes to the Elite 8. That was a team that stole headlines. I think that, and there's other examples. The other night I was sitting there thinking about it. There was more examples of this with first year coaches bringing in talent. Cal State Northridge is doing a good job. A few other schools too. I'm drawing a blank. But it's just interesting to me that they're that bad and you had access to the portal. Anyway,
it goes both ways though. I mean, Dennis Gates was a one-hit wonder, I guess, right now. I
still think he'll work out. I think that'll work next year.
But this is the other side of when you do your whole team through the portal every year, where it's hard to have any consistency. You gotta be able to build it up. I like what Notre Dame's doing, where they build it up and maybe they can add a piece here, add a piece there through the portal. I don't think you can do a whole portal team every single year, like Musselman at Arkansas.
But he made what, 2 Sweet 16s? This is his first year.
Yeah,
That sucks.
but
right?
I mean, but now they're fucking terrible, and they could be terrible again next year if they get the wrong guys in the portal. But I do think Ed Cooley's done a shit job this year. You can't defend that he's done a good job. He's done a shit job.
I would say, yeah, Dennis Gates is a good example of the previous year. TJ Otzelberger is a good example.
Yeah,
When he first came into Iowa State, he brought in a bunch of transfers.
he's hit every year. He's the portal king.
That's what I'm saying, though, is like, this is if I was a Georgetown fan, I'd be sitting there saying, what the fuck are we doing here?
You need to show at least a little bit of progress, in my opinion.
Yeah. Ryan Hassey says, I like college basketball so much more when teams develop guys and you can watch your program grow. I understand that. And I agree. There's something to that. There's something to that I like. But I mean, that's part of 2024. You know what I mean? Everyone wants a shortcut. You know what I mean? I feel like it's part of the reason why you see when a court storms, 20,000 cell phones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to get those TikTok, likes, shit like that. But anyway, I don't want to pull my Clint Eastwood, get off my lawn shit. Delaware State 85, Norfolk State 71. I did not see this coming. Huge win for the Hornets there. Your thoughts?
Line stunk. Yeah, good win.
Me and you battled here, I believe. Auburn, Mississippi State. Did you lock this or not?
I did. They fucking they're so frustrating.
Jungle is the jungle. 15-point win, man. You can't take in that hostile of an environment. In my opinion, Mississippi State, they're never going to be able to score. Like, to me, if they're playing at South Carolina, it's not that lit. I mean, it's still kind of lit, but like I would be more inclined to take it in the jungle. I don't know. I can't have faith. Jans, I love Jans. I think Jan's a fucking phenomenal coach, but at the same time, I don't know. Did you watch this?
Yeah, well, they covered last year in the jungle. They kept it within 6. The problem today, they spotted Auburn 15 right off the bat, and they got it down to 6, I think, or maybe it was 7. But their turnovers early were usually they go through a scoring drought because they can't make a shot. Today it was just they fucking just gave it to Auburn, and then it was fucking transition alley oops on the other end. It was brutal. Bad play.
Shout out to the Juice. How come no court storming at Loyola Chicago against Dayton? Yeah, that's on them. Pussies.
They should have. So stupid that they didn't.
By the way, you locked up USC against Washington. USC won outright, 82-75. They're playing much better. They could be a dangerous play in the Pac-12 tournament there.
Those pussies might win it. Actually,
nice call.
Enfield's good in the tourney setting too.
Yeah, and I brought you along for this one. Northeastern plus 9.5. That sucked. My bad. I brought you along. They're your boys, but I brought you along into it. Bryant destroys New Jersey in technology, and then you tried to bring me along, and I was reluctant. But NC State covers against North Carolina. You got it done.
Tried to give it away.
Yeah.
We're up 10.5 and we're down 15 when the blink of I was like, these fucking pussies.
Howard pushed against Maryland Eastern Shore. Man, I should have bet this because Terrell picked this accurately, and I felt it last night. A&T only loses to Campbell by 2. This was like a 11-point spread or something. Shout out to the Aggies getting the cover there. North Carolina Central destroyed Coppin State, and then we double locked UCF. We ate a big old bowl of shit on this one because Iowa State 60, UCF 52. Your thoughts on this one? Iowa State gets another huge conference road win.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. Dude, they're Final Four good. They did not win these games in the past, and they were losing. They played like shit today, and they found a way. They just guarded their fucking asses off, found a way, got stops. UCF scores 2 points in the final 5 minutes for a big Iowa State win. I mean, I think UCF was the right side, but Iowa State clamped it down. Championship defense.
Yeah. I locked up Lemoyne against St. Francis because Lemoyne's a fucking wagon. After watching the Syracuse-Louisville game today, I feel pretty decent that Lemoyne's the best team in Syracuse, New York. They're a factory. We double lock Longwood against High Point. Boom!
Longwood, baby.
Let's go. Someone in the chat asked me about this game. I mean, we covered it last night, but I didn't have any real conviction to it. Tennessee State did not cover against UT Martin, so I gave someone bad advice. I didn't really have a strong feel for that game. South Carolina State continues to roll. They beat the piss out of Morgan State. Nice win for the Bulldogs. I almost locked this up last night, but you told me it stunk. Western Illinois wins by 11 against SIU. We should have bet the fucking Leathernecks.
Yeah, my bad.
Fairleigh Dickinson, we both picked this correctly, but didn't bet it. Took care of Wagner. Texas A&M Commerce with a 13-point win against Houston Christian. Nice. Sela gets kind of fucked up by Corpus Christi, loses by 12. And McNeese destroys Nichols, covered the number as well. And then we both ate shit on this one. Jacksonville State loses. New Mexico State's won on the road. They won on the road finally. We both lose $100. Or I lose $100 on Jacksonville State as New Mexico State wins there. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Them and UTEP. You will talk about UTEP here in a minute. What the fuck?
You want to tell me the most frustrating thing? So, okay. I shouldn't bitch right now because I hit a parlay. I did a parlay of Montana State plus 10 and Montana minus 5. That hit. I'm very happy with that outcome. I also solo bet both teams, but I also had Montana State money line. I don't remember the exact number. It was like fucking 380 or something.
They should have won.
God, man. This one hurt, man. This one hurt. Even though like I said, I made money on the game, but I could taste it. I could taste the victory.
Yeah. I bet a lot of money on the Montanas today.
No, yeah, well, I made a bunch of money on Montana, but I'm saying like the fact they had the lead majority of the second half, you could, and the fact I threw someone on the money line, I was like, oh shit. I'm telling you, I would have been talking so much shit in here. The very next game, Idaho. Montana drills Idaho. So I'll play our music because we were still fire. We were still fire. Where's that piece of shit that was fading my picks? All right, where's that guy? Where were you today, buddy? Because I also might have thrown a little action, little 50 piece on my Greyhounds against Army. Got it done. 69-68. I won't even play music for that one because that one was, I started winning money and I was like, let me sprinkle a little bit there. Sac State beats Portland State. Didn't see that one coming. Alabama A&M beats Alabama State. Didn't see that one coming. Florida A&M covered against Grambling. Nice. And then we were both on the money line here. Iowa Hawkeyes against Northwestern. Someone was even questioning us this morning. How can you take Iowa against Northwestern?
Iowa's playing well.
Yes. Let's go. We also double locked Virginia Tech, and they were down big at the half. Got it. Hold the line. Wait for us. Get the fuck out of here. That's what you get, Steve Forbes, saying, oh, no one should storm the court. No, it's disgusting. No one should storm the court. I'm completely against storming the court. Fuck you. Don't go to the big dance, all right? Shout out to the Hokies. 87-76. Your thoughts?
Are they going to make it? I don't think.
No.
You can't lose both those road games. You had to get at least one. That was a bad loss.
I guess maybe if they went out because one of those teams is right on the bubble with them, maybe. We'll talk about that in a minute, but I don't think so. Right
They're
now,
going
I
to
would
have
say
to
no.
win the last two, and I think they got to win another one. I know Noah makes a joke about this. There will be an ACC bias with the selection committee, like there always fucking is. But I don't.
It's
think
like
that
the SEC, dude.
I don't think that they deserve to go to the tournament. I know the Duke wins great, but
dude, they're horrible on the fucking road.
Yeah, they have,
like
who they
to me
on the road? BC.
They're like 1-8 on the road or something. They suck.
I would say that they should be out. You have to win a road game.
Look, I know you hate the ACC, but I actually agree with you here. I rise of right now. If I was doing it now, I haven't gone through all the teams that were in the bubble today, but just off of my head, I don't think they're worthy right now.
I think 3 should get in, and I've been saying that. Duke, Carolina, Clemson.
Well, we'll talk about Clemson.
They're in. They're in. They've done enough. They went to Carolina and won.
They won at Alabama too. So
they actually have some wins.
Yeah, I so circle of trust here. I decided to throw $100 on Incarnate Word because I thought I was the fucking man. And I ate shit because the Privateers, who have been ass on the road, they went to San Antonio, won by 7. I'd have to tell you this. This is a loss that no one knew about, but old Dundee. All right. God damn it, man. I thought I was swift. I was like, oh, Incarnate Word at home. New Orleans is ass on the road. No, ate shit there. Northern Illinois covered for us against Akron. We didn't bet that. And then Circle of Trust here again. I threw $100. Like I said, I started spraying the board. And I'll be honest, when I started spraying the board, I actually lost more than I won. I threw extra money on fucking Dartmouth against Brown. No. Brown won by 22. Turns out you can storm the court and still fuck up the next team.
I know. 24 hours later, I was like, what the fuck?
IUPUI covered against Cleveland State. I take pride in that one. Mac wins a lock battle against me with the airport against Western Kentucky. It was tied at 83. And I thought, because Western Kentucky was down the whole game.
Yeah,
I thought that momentum was gonna, prevail, but it didn't. Shout out to the airport. Tarmac 5, Hangar 5's a motherfucker. And then our lucky VCU play. Oh man, we double locked VCU. We had no business winning this.
Richmond was lit.
Yeah, it's a fun, Capital Classic's always fun.
Fucking Robin Center was fucking jumping. Hey, let's talk about this, man. Chris Mooney's gonna win the league.
Remember those? This is why you should never listen to fans.
Yeah,
fans they privately put up money to put a gigantic billboard on I-95 saying "Fire Chris Mooney" a couple years ago. I just want to quickly pull up something. I just want to pull up Chris Mooney's career.
He's been to a Sweet 16. He's been to a round of 32 when he beat Iowa a couple years ago.
Yeah.
The guy can fucking flat out coach. He should be there until he wants to be there.
That's what I'm saying.
Or does not want to be there anymore. So yeah, Chris Mooney and remember last year he had the heart procedure. Remember that?
Yeah, that's why they were 13 and 14.
Yeah.
Right?
And to see them come back.
Well, he was 13 and 14 because the interim stepped in.
Yeah.
So after 2000, it must have been. See, he had 2 losing seasons in 2017 and 18, and that's when that shit went up. But really, the guy's been fantastic. He's only had since 2005, which he came in and had 2 losing seasons from the start. So if you go from 2007, back then they didn't have the portal. He has only had 2 losing seasons, 3 if you account if you say the heart attack situation. They're delusional, man. They're fucking delusional.
They're going to beat St. Joe's and win the league outright. I mean, unbelievable. The point guard, I know they're talking about it in the chat, Jordan King. He's fucking good, man. And they got size in the front court. Neil Quinn. I mean, they're old. They could win a tournament game if they get in.
Cody Frazier gives us $2 and he says, "Boys, what's the best light beer in the land?"
Miller.
I am drinking a Miller right now, and I think that is.
Yeah.
It depends where I'm at, though. If that makes sense. Let me build you a picture here, or paint you a picture. Build you a picture. If I'm at the beach all day, like, actually, a lot of the history behind SGP, believe it or not, I lived when I first moved out to LA. Was doing stand up, and my roommate is a comedian that introduced me to Sean Green. He did like a reality show with Sean. It didn't get picked up, but Sean he did our room. I ran a room in San Diego and in Santa Monica, and Sean came and did our show. And then like I became friends with Sean. He came and did both. It was like a back-to-back night thing. Friday night you go do Santa Monica. Saturday you do San Diego Gaslamp. And I became friends with him right then. And then he told me about like another group of comedians that would play volleyball right by my house. I lived very close to the beach. So I was like, fuck it. We'll go there and drink beer and play volleyball and stuff. And essentially that kind of started. That's how I met Kramer, because Sean was friends with Kramer. And drunken volleyball. What was my point of this fucking story again? What was the beginning of this?
Light beer.
Coors Light. Coors Light we would drink because I kind of was anti Coors Light my entire fucking life in a way, because I thought it's water. But I actually think there is a place for Coors Light, and it's the beach. Because you can have like 30 fucking Coors Light without having to piss while at the beach. I figured this out. So I actually think there is a place for Coors Light. It's the beach. If you can't get a Corona or something, Coors Light out of the lighter beers is the best one at the beach, in my opinion. And I am an anti-Coors Light guy. Like, I would still rather drink a Bud Light or a Miller Light than a Coors Light. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's fair enough. But Miller's my go-to. It used to be Bud Light. I like Coors too, though. So I like them all. I like Busch. Yeah, but I mean, Miller time is definitely
Busch Light. Busch Light at ECU.
For the farmers. For the farmers.
ECU, you could. We had a house at ECU that was literally about 20 yards away from like a mom and pop grocery store where everyone would go there to get kegs. You could get a keg of Busch Light for $25, which was way too cheap. They knew that if we do this, they're going to be back all day drunk as shit, or, buying shit from the store. It's actually genius. But anyway, yeah, that's my theory. I actually think I would probably go Miller or Miller 1, Bud Light 2, Coors 3, but I actually like Coors better than all of them. If I'm going to be in the sun, all day, give me the Coors. Hope that makes sense. And I love how I forgot that story in the middle of it.
You're like, why am I telling?
What am I talking about right now? Oh man.
Miller time, always, baby. Let's go.
Yes. I've deleted a lot of brain cells. So I'm going to give you shit. I mean, luckily I didn't bet this. I was going to take Duke, and that line jumped up a little bit. And I said, we're probably right. Virginia's horrible. Get the fuck out of here.
They need. I'm not taking them again. This is the last time. This is my worst play maybe of the year. They're
fucking horrible, man.
Dude, they need to go to the NIT. No, I don't want to hear that they should be in the tournament. They're fucking terrible. They scored 40.
No, if they win 24, 25, they got to be in.
I don't agree. They haven't beaten anybody.
I just don't believe they're going to keep a team out that won the national championship just a few years ago. If they beat Georgia Tech,
they're going to put them in Dayton.
They'll be 20. They'll have 22 wins. They beat Georgia Tech. Let's say they beat, I don't know, Boston College opening round, and then somebody else, NC State.
How many did Clemson win last year?
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that many.
Clemson won 23 last year.
Yeah, but Clemson is Clemson. Virginia's won a fucking national championship.
Are you saying that there's a hidden agenda to fucking cater to the ACC?
100%. It's like the SEC in football. The ACC historically has been the best basketball conference. I know Big East you could throw in there too, but like, yes, there is that built in.
How many did it? Just going back on the ACC last year bubble watch. North Carolina won 20. They were the first team out, even though they didn't beat anybody. It was the most rigged, almost put them in the tournament because their name's North Carolina ever.
I'm still shocked they didn't get in on that.
Oh my God. I would have fucking lost my fucking. I'm convinced that more teams got in last year because they were trying to prop it up, and it was like, hey, North Carolina, can you please just win this game in the ACC tournament and we'll put you in? But then they lost in the first round. NC State won 23. Pitt won 24. Is that so they won 22 before they entered the tournament. So Clemson won 23 and they got left out. Interesting.
But they didn't play anybody, I don't think. I mean, Virginia didn't play anybody. That Florida win might mean something though.
Yeah, the Florida win does, but
because that was like a 20-point win, if memory serves me correct. That wasn't a close game, right? Oh no, it was a close game. That was a buzzer beater, right?
Virginia, they have not finished strong.
Yeah.
If they had finished strong,
no, they suck. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
they suck, but they'll put them in, I think.
I hope not. I don't want to see them play again. I'm tired of watching Tony Bennett.
You know who got their 19th win today?
Who?
Pitt. I took Pitt, and by the way, shout out to whoever tagged you in that tweet and tagged me in that tweet of something to the effect of, you know what happened today? Pitt won and West Virginia lost.
So he's the same guy every time, but if you notice, he was nowhere to be found after the Clemson game, and he was nowhere to be found after the Wake Forest game or the fucking 6-game losing streak to start ACC play. He said, hey, Pitt's been rolled this year. No, they really haven't. They've rolled a couple times, but they've kind of cha-cha-cha every other game. It's Pitt.
Pitt is Pitt's going to have 21 wins going into the ACC tournament. But I'm saying they're going to have 20. They have 19 now, and they have Florida State and NC State at home. We know the Pussy Pack will fall in that one. Maybe Florida State gets them.
I'm boycotting the tournament if they fucking put them in. Because they have no business. They played the worst non-conference.
You're just going to be in Vegas watching horse racing? You're just going to be sitting there at the book watching horse racing, being that old man?
I'll play roulette and blackjack.
One of my favorite...
If they put it in, I'm not watching it.
One of my favorite things about Vegas is like you could be at the most intense event, Super Bowl, like in the sports book, all the screens going on, 20 different, the best college basketball, like the craziest ending ever, 16th seed, UMBC. I remember there was a UMBC grad too that was like dancing on the fucking bar. That guy, he might've got arrested. But like you have all this shit going on, and there's one TV, one screen on the horse races, and you got like 4 old guys just sitting there riding fucking Lucky Lindy in the 7th. It's fantastic. I can appreciate that. That's gonna be Mac if Pitt gets in. I'll make sure to upload footage. Hey, by the way, fuck you and fuck West Virginia, because I keep betting on the shit ass fucking team, and they're up at they're up like 7 or 8 at halftime. This team
17.
drives me absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, this is my night in a nutshell, man. I mean, they're up 18, getting points. I mean, you're supposed to hit that side. Yeah, complete collapse. Texas Tech can't even score. I don't even know how Texas Tech came back.
Yeah.
I was kind of just shocked that they collapsed. I was like, wow, this is really happening. But interesting.
Yeah. It's a good thing though that I took Texas Tech. I'm sorry. I did not take Texas Tech. That I took Detroit at the same time. I can't talk. I'm fucking.
Dude, they should have won. They should have won.
Detroit and the points against Oakland. They should have won, man. And but still, easy cover. Rivalry game, easy cover.
Yeah, I mean, and Oakland was trying to win the league, so I mean, unbelievable.
I mean, the gap's not that big. Detroit almost beat Ole Miss. Jackson State loses to Southern by 10. Glad we didn't bet that. Jared Green says sleep with, marry one, kill one for the next 5 years. I like this. We're just going off the reservation. Jennifer Lawrence, Emma Watson, Scarlett Johansson, or IU, Purdue, and Wisconsin. I'll do the easy one. I got to be honest. I don't even remember Emma Watson's face right now. The other two I can remember. Emma Watson's face. Hold on. Let me Google image this real quick. YouTube.com/The College Experience, where we'll talk about anything. Oh, that's Emma Watson. Yeah. How do you feel about this one?
Emma Watson, Scarlett Johansson.
I would probably go Johansson to marry.
Oh, Johansson. Sorry.
Yeah. And I'm going to kill Lawrence, I guess. Sleep with Watson. That would be my play.
Right. Yeah. I think I'll side with you there. Or Indiana, or Indiana, Purdue, or Wisconsin.
Yeah, we're not taking Indiana, Purdue, or Wisconsin. So
kill them all. Oh, we'll talk about Purdue. They fucking
meanwhile, I want to tell you folks out there that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NBA season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NBA and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use this promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start research and start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. All right. We are back. I am back, at least. Noah Phoenix in Florida catching sun. Or so he says. I'll be honest. Ever since he said that dick comment, he hasn't been on the mic much. He hasn't been showing up to work much. I got the bet detective on the case. Unfortunately for poor CJ Sullivan, he's checking out the gay bars down there in Detroit or wherever. Bet detective's on the case. Don't worry. If there's a guy who's funny as fuck at your bar ordering 7 club sodas, it's the bet detective because I told him to stay sober. I said, stay sober, but find out what's happening to Beanick.
Little rub and tug over there.
Dude, I know you tried to bring me into this. I should have went. I should have listened to you because Texas A&M did destroy Georgia.
I mean, they had to win eventually, right?
56. You bet this, right?
Yeah, I did. They had to win eventually, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'll play your music. Let's go. Green Bay finally ate shit again to Milwaukee, beat them by 21 points. Didn't bet that game. Nice win for Milwaukee. Mississippi Valley State actually covered, man. They covered against Pine Bluff. Alcorn State took down Prairie View. Didn't see that one coming, but I didn't bet these games. Santa Clara took down San Francisco. Didn't bet that. Get this. So last night on the show, I took Washington State, and you locked UCLA.
I should.
And then this morning, I realized that UCLA's point total went up 2 points. I said, you know what? Fuck this. I don't even know if it was this morning. It might have been this afternoon when I was winning. Point is, I ended up betting on UCLA, and they ate shit, and I'm holding you personally responsible.
This is another one of our sides that had a double-digit lead, and they can't cover 7. I mean, god damn, fucking Nick. I mean, I thought it was the right side, but Wazoo fucking grinds it out. I thought Wazoo would come back and win, but when you're up double digits, getting fucking 7, you usually hit. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, biggest scumbag says brain trust meeting at the Rhino in Vegas. Beanick. We'll see if Beanick has the courage. But yeah, we can arrange that. Shout out to Mel. The party is alive at the Coug tonight. Are you at the Coug? Tell me you're at the Coug watching this show right now, because that would make my dearly departed friend Mike Leach very happy. Rice ate shit. I'm so glad. I thought about betting this. I'm so glad I didn't bet this game. I thought about this. This is one I backed off of from last night. Your thoughts on Wichita winning by 21? We had a fan that was at the game.
Yeah, I had Rice. Fuck, they beat the fuck out.
No,
of
you
them.
talked me into Rice. I hit the lock button, but this morning I did not pursue that.
I did. I ate shit. I lost some money on this.
Yale blasted Harvard. Shout out to the Bulldogs.
I bet Yale because Harvard was off the over. Yeah, they were off the overtime.
There you go. Lafayette got smacked by Bucknell. We ate shit on that one. And then UTEP beat Liberty. I was so glad I didn't bet Liberty. I was thinking about it. UTEP wins by 16 at Liberty, holds them to only 51 points. What? At the Flamin' Libs? That place is rocking.
UTEP won both road games. I bet Liberty. I'm like, oh, UTEP won their first road game. They're definitely not going to win again. No, they won by 20.
Unbelievable. Unfucking believable.
UTEP team.
Yeah, and then if you took Northern Kentucky against Wright State, you covered by 0.5 point. And then nice call by you here. I didn't bet this, but K-State covered against Cincinnati. Nice call.
Dude, they almost stole this game.
Yeah. And then
I mean, this is a great game, and shout out Cincinnati. I mean, they gave up the lead. They were up 15. Tangang, I thought they were going to find a way to pull one out of their ass again. But they're going to have to beat Kansas and Iowa State this week, which won't happen.
No. Did you lock Liberty? I didn't bet Liberty.
I did. Yeah, I bet Liberty.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a terrible play. I just talked about it. Like, UTEP won their first road game, and now they're going to fucking shit themselves. No, they beat Liberty by 20.
Yeah. Now, I did bet this one, though. Circle of Trust. I thought Princeton would cover the 4 against Cornell. Nope. 8 shit. Cornell actually was winning a lot of this game. It's actually amazing that Princeton actually won the game outright. Shout out to the Tigers.
They made it 3 at the buzzer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I ate shit a lot. I mean, this is one, the Ivies. I hit on one. We'll get to in a second, but definitely not the greatest day in the Ivies. IPFW drilled Robert Morris, and Georgetown plus the points hit for us, but I played this money line. I'm so fucking disappointed they didn't win this game.
They almost didn't cover. Like,
they were winning the 90% of this game. 90% of this game, and they just find a way to lose games. Xavier hit 2 big threes down the stretch. Claude went for fucking 40 fucking points. By the way, I did hit on this Circle of Trust. Penn. Some morning play. If you checked out the morning show, we rode the Penn Quakers against Columbia. And then you were right on this. I didn't bet this, but nice call by you because Notre Dame beats Clemson 69-62.
Classic Clemson.
Oh my God,
dude, Shrewsbury. He can coach.
He's got some good wins for year one. That's what I mean, though. That's what I mean. Unbelievable. We did double lock Boise State. Wait, you took New Mexico, didn't you?
No, yeah, we battled here. New Mexico, man. They needed this game. They're fucking
you're not
right
gonna
on that.
Go into Boise and get that dub. Boise's a fucking experienced team. I actually think Boise could go far. We'll see what they get seeded because Mountain West historically gets fucked in the NCAA tournament seedings. But I think Boise could win a few games this year. I really do.
Oh yeah, I
veteran
agree.
Team.
My whole thing was New Mexico had a week off after that Air Force debacle, and I thought we were gonna get their best punch. Dude, they may play themselves out if they don't beat Utah State next week in Logan. I think that they're treading if they get upset in the tournament to miss the tournament.
And that's Patino's whole story. Richard Patino. He did this at Minnesota.
Year.
One of those years at Minnesota, they opened up the season phenomenally, and they crashed at the end.
He's not his old man, I can tell you that.
Cal Baptist drilled UT Rio Grande. We should have bet everything on Cal Baptist. We did double lock Michigan State plus 10. I think it was that cash, but even that was sweaty. It was a sweaty experience there. Purdue wins. Purdue wins. What do you mean? How so?
Edie drew like 20 fouls tonight. Like, get the fuck out of here with these refs.
Every game that happens, though.
Dude, it's fucking ridiculous.
It's like Shaq. It's like the whole Shaq thing. I would argue anyone. Yeah.
His shit's like touch fouls. And then they never call foul on him, too. And he fucking hacks dudes at the rim. Yeah, I loved our handicap here. Sparty was ready to go, punch him in the mouth right off the bat, and then they got their whole team in foul trouble.
Yeah.
But hey, we'll take it. We'll take the cover.
Yeah, take the cover. And I don't know about you. Did you bet St. Thomas? Because I bet St. Thomas. This was a late lock for me.
I did not bet the Tommies.
Denver's fucking horrible. I don't know what the hell Phoenix talking about Denver coming on. They're fucking horrible. Easy play with the Tommies. However, I think we double locked Alabama. I think we triple locked this in the morning show. Tennessee 81, Alabama 74. We should talk about this for a little bit because what a fucking win for Rick Barnes in Tennessee. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, so Tennessee's remaining schedule. Oh man, dude, South Carolina has it easier, dude. I'm telling you.
Who they got next Saturday?
Kentucky.
Oh, and they're gonna fuck Kentucky.
South Carolina's gonna win the fucking conference, dude. I'm telling you, if they win on Wednesday,
I don't know. Barnes is good in the regular season, though.
But they got Kentucky at Rupp. I think Kentucky wants this game in Knoxville. So think about this: if Tennessee wins at South Carolina on Wednesday, and South Carolina then if South Carolina wins that, I think that we're good, right? Assuming that Tennessee loses to Kentucky, I don't know. It's going to be really. This is going to be an awesome week in the SEC. It's going to be an awesome week.
Yeah, it will. And I disagree with Brandon in the chat.
What's that?
I thought Alabama choked the game away. Alabama was up 7 or 8 points. They had them on the ropes.
I will never. I'm going to put Alabama in the same bin as Purdue. I will never trust them. Now I'll trust them at home, not tonight, obviously, but because we ate shit with it. But it's never going to work in the NCAA tournament to me. That style of play,
6 in a row. Yeah, I agree with that.
That style of play will never work in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
If I'm Nate Oates, I mean, I guess I don't know. Alabama's a football school, so maybe if you're top 10 every year or top 15, maybe Alabama fans are content with that. But if I'm Nate Oates, like, you've hit your ceiling. You're not gonna be able to, like, I just don't believe that system works. There's a reason why Clemson beat them. Like, I feel like any other team that has a different, like, Tennessee can slow them down and grind it out. And when that happens, they never win these games. There's a reason why they've never been to the Sweet 16 or past the Sweet 16. Yeah, I don't think Bama could in the tournament, Daniel. There's a reason why Nate Oates, to me, has hit that ceiling every time.
No, the style of play, no. But,
yeah,
I mean, but this situation that they were in tonight is like perfect for them. A one game at home, and they got the lead. They were up 7 or 8, and
but Tennessee's the type of team that, to me, they'll run into in the tournament. A team that can slow them down, make them play out of their element. If you just run up the court, shoot a bunch of fucking shots, the old Loyola Marymount shit, it doesn't work out, man. It does. You have to have some type of structure.
Agreed.
You have to value your possessions, and that doesn't happen. And I don't believe it can work. Maybe if you just keep going to the tournament, maybe one time there's some upsets and you play some shittier teams. I was looking back at FAU's run last year, and I'm like, man, kind of helps. They got Fairleigh Dickinson in the second round.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Kansas State one year with Weber. They got UMBC in the second round. Right. Maybe if you keep making the tournament, you'll catch that break. but I just don't buy into it. It's not sustainable in the NCAA tournament to me. There's too many teams.
Not over a 6-game stretch.
Yeah. Nice win for Tennessee, man. Really nice win. I ate shit here, pissed away $100. But luckily I made it up right here. I thought this was the easiest bet, and I went pretty heavy on this one. Double lock. Sam Houston State wins by 17 against Middle Tennessee. They're laying 8. Fuck out of here. I should have alt-lined this fucking game. Anytime Middle Tennessee's on the road, you should alt-line it. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I was with you on this one. Middle Tennessee, at least we faded them. Let's go.
Loyola Marymount ate shit to Portland. Definitely picked that incorrectly. Didn't bet that, but I did bet this one. UC San Diego wins by 10 at Northridge. I was on the Tritons. And then I was on double lock Oklahoma. Oh man, I did sprinkle the money line and I thought I had it. But it was 85-85. I was like, get this game to overtime. The momentum of Norman and the fact they were down 8, they can steal it. No, but we still covered, and I still made money on this game. Your thoughts on Houston, Oklahoma in a very fun game?
What a return game for Kelvin Sampson, man. Unbelievable. Houston just keeps finding ways to fucking win.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought they were going to drop this game, and Oklahoma was there punch for punch, got the layup, tied it up, but Jamal Shedd, man, he's a fucking winner. He got hurt in the middle of the game. I thought he was out for the game.
How are you going to give them a second shot? Sooners? Dude, unbelievable.
My opinion, the best team in the country.
Here's something that I still wonder about them in the tournament.
Why though?
Because the same way they've lost in the tournament other years, they're a little undersized. They're super athletic, but they only have a couple guys that can really create shots. And when they go cold, I wonder. Now, I think they're a lock for like the Elite 8, Sweet 16-ish, right? It's where they hit that wall to me, where they normally take on a longer team, and they normally lock down, or they have a bad shooting day. Because it seems like to me they only have a couple. It seems like to me that's been the thing the entire Sampson era, really, and even kind of back at Oklahoma in his later years. That would be the one thing I'm worried about. But yes, do I believe they're playing the best basketball right now? Them and UConn, I think, are in a class of their own. But I just wonder if that catches them again, because to me, it's a similar team to the other teams. To me, the Final Four team in Indianapolis a couple of years ago. Which once again, a Final Four is a great year, but I still wonder if that catches them by playing that style.
I think the LJ Cryer thing has given them a different element. I think that's changed them. They remind me of Baylor 2 years ago with those guards and the toughness of it. Because Baylor wasn't like like they were good offensively, but they just choked you out in the COVID year that they rolled through the tournament. They just choked you out defensively. That's who they remind me of. They're fucking so good defensively and so tough, and they're old, and they have 2 guards that have been in big games in the tournament. Yeah, I love, and Cryer's won a national championship.
I trust UConn more than I do Houston, though.
I think UConn's going to get bounced early, and I know I'm in the minority here.
I just think UConn has a taller. It's just a team that I think that night in, night out, it can be a different guy. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I still think Houston's a final. Like I know someone in the chat was saying I got them in all my Final Four brackets. Sure, I can buy into that. They made the Final Four a couple years ago, but to me, they remind you that I'm not saying that they're not going to be super successful in the NCAA tournament. I think they will be. I just wonder if they can win the national championship. That's where I'm a little weary, because I think that style that they play. We'll see. I would love for Kelvin Sampson to win a national championship.
Me too.
Northern Colorado takes down Idaho State by 2. I lost, and you backed off on this one, and with good reason because the line stunk. Hawaii beats Riverside in overtime. I lose $100 on the Highlanders. Syracuse Louisville was hilarious. Syracuse did cover. Is Syracuse? You're 20-10 right now.
I know. How'd they win 20 games? I was looking at that. I was like, what? Syracuse is fucking actually had a pretty good year.
They're at Clemson to end the season. So if they could steal that one and go, I would assume Clemson wins that off the loss, but 21 wins. I don't know. Going into the ACC tournament, I don't know. I do think the ACC tournament has potential to steal a bid.
Who could win it? Pitt?
I think Wake or Pitt or where's it? It's in Greensboro, right?
Yeah. So probably
I could
Carolina.
see Wake. I mean, obviously Carolina's the best team in my opinion. Duke
I
would
mean,
be second,
Pitt,
but
honestly, as much as I hate Pitt is actually
Clemson could.
Yeah.
But
Pitt,
Clemson's already in. You would
Pitt makes 15 threes
NC State could. It sounds horrible for me to say.
Yeah.
But they could. Syracuse covers somehow, some way. Tarleton State takes down Southern Utah. Tarleton, they're just a fucking wagon. I added this to the board late and I lost my ass. This is what I mean. I started betting because I thought I was the greatest human being ever. And I ate shit because Southern Indiana did not cover the 7. SEMO 70, Southern Indiana 66. SEMO, what the fuck is this? Then obviously we both locked up Missouri and Ole Miss wins. Missouri's going winless in the SEC. It has been written now. They're 8-21, and they have Auburn and LSU. Actually, they could win at LSU. I'm not going to rule that out yet. They could win at LSU.
How do you not win this one?
I know. Fucking pathetic. They were down the whole game too. They made it close. It was like a 3-point game with like 2 minutes left, but yeah, they suck. Santa Barbara sucks too. Fullerton drills them off the rivalry game, and then TCU BYU. I gotta shout out the guys on the Sports Grid because they asked me about this game while it was live on air, and TCU was up like 17 early, and I go, I actually hate this. They asked me, and I go, this is horrible. I don't want to be up this early on because if BYU gets hot and finds the right rhythm, they're gonna come back, and that place will be so fucking energetic because their fans show up. That place is a hard place to win. Watch. While I was doing the show, BYU cut it down to 5, right? And then I was like, let's live bet the shit out of BYU. I was like, let's live bet the shit out of BYU. So in a way, I actually didn't lose my ass on this game because we live bet BYU. But this is embarrassing for TCU. You're up like 20 fucking points in this game and you lose by 12. Welcome to the Super Soaker.
58-29 in the second half, man. Fuck. I loved our angle, the letdown spot, but goddamn TCU, you got to fucking make a shot to stop a run in the second half. Fucking brutal.
Yeah, and Ryan Hasty, nice save, Dundee. I got to be honest, that was the host recommending that to me. Shout out to Adam Kaufman. That was him recommending that to me. I didn't consider that really. And then I go, yeah, you're right. So works out, man. BYU destroys TCU. BYU, man, what the fuck seed are they going to get? What is their remaining schedule?
They're going to be probably 5.
They're at Iowa State. They'll lose that.
They're a type of team that could lose in the first round or go to the Final Four.
Yeah.
They're a weird team where if they fucking make their fucking shots, I mean, they're hard to beat. And they're a unique style, and they're going to be more battle tested than they ever have playing the Big 12 gauntlet. Yeah.
But, dude, that's a great what? Hold on. Let me load something up here.
I think they're 9-7 in league play.
Dude, right now, I mean, they still have 2 games left, but they're the 5 seed right now.
Yeah.
They're the 5. That's an amazing first year. Like, I was high on them. I thought coming in that they wouldn't finish in the bottom 3. But that's not really being high on them when they finish 5th. You know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, they're finished 10th or 11th. 5th. Now I know they could still, they got to play in Ames. They're going to lose in Ames, I think, but they do play Oklahoma State in Provo, so there's a good chance they finish somewhere around that 4 to 8 range. Unbelievable.
Well, and you look, I mean, remember BYU was the one that rolled through the non. Remember they beat everybody by like 100 in the non-con, and including San Diego State. So.
Let me say this too. For a lot of years, Gonzaga and St. Mary's would win against BYU, and they would never get fucking any respect.
Yeah, agreed.
For a lot of fucking years, yeah, and they've always been, especially at home in Provo. That shit is a hard place to win. I don't care who the fuck you are. That is a very hard place to win. Unbelievable first season of the Big 12. Abilene Christian beats Utah Tech. Then I'm going to blame you here because you brought me into Cal plus 9.5. Utah won by 1,000 against Cal.
Good God.
We did double lock Grand Canyon though, and they got it done by 22. Shout out to the Antelopes.
Why didn't they storm? They won the league. Come on.
They should have stormed, pussies. Circle of trust here. I did decide to load up on Long Beach State plus 9.5 late against Irvine. Bad play. They lost by 21. This is what I mean. When I sprayed the board and I started eating shit left and right, I still had a great night. I mean, a good night. But if I had had the discipline to not bet these extra games, I think I'd be up over $1,000 right now. Instead, I'm sitting there. I think I'm up like 600 right now. But I need the discipline. I need the discipline.
It's better than spraying all this money and then fucking you end up, hey, I made $10 today. I said, what the fuck? 0.1 units. Let's go.
Hey, but that's part of the ride. Anytime that happens, if I break even, I'm like, whatever. You enjoy the ride.
It's just a lot of heartburn. It's a lot of up and down, and then all right, whatever.
Well, trust me, it's heartburn even when you win.
Yeah.
You want a lock battle against me. Gonzaga took down St. Mary's 70-57. So, I was on the grid. They asked me, could Gonzaga be a dangerous team in the NCAA tournament? I said, sure, if they get in.
They're in.
Yeah, I'd say that. They asked me before that game had started. Huge win for the Zags. Mark had a few. Is kind of turned the corner.
I kind of think they're dangerous. I mean, the way that they went to Kentucky, controlled that game, tempo. They found something. Ek in the middle. I mean, another Wyoming transfer. Nemhard.
But let's fire Jeff Linder. Let's fire Jeff Linder because he develops all these guys and they all end up everywhere. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, I like this team. The more and more I watch them, and I'm glad I benedicted on this and took the Zags after watching that second half the other night. I'm like, nah, this looks like the Zags coming into form here. Mark Few found a way. I mean, they had a lot of portal guys, and he meshed them. Ultimately, that one loss at Santa Clara cost them the league again. Shout out to us, by the way, for having St. Mary's in the preseason.
We did. We certainly did.
Yeah.
San Diego covered against Pacific. Shout out to Lavin grabbing a win. Bakersfield gets it done against Cal Poly. I foolishly took Cal Poly plus the 7.5. And UNLV took care of business against San Jose State. Game balls, my friend. Who's your top game ball?
Gonzaga. Keep it right there. St. Mary's have won every game since the start of the new year. They went in there and fucking whipped their ass. And remember last year, we had the same exact angle with Gonzaga, and St. Mary's came back from like a 20-point deficit or whatever it was. Not this time. Gonzaga chokes them out, gets it done.
Daniel, what are you talking about in the chat? How are you going to make this argument for Wyoming and not Arizona State? What do you mean here?
I don't know. He's saying some shit right now. Arizona State sucks. Fucking Bobby Hurley.
What do you mean? They bring people into the portal. Tempe, Arizona sells itself.
Yeah.
Just fake tits bouncing at every nightclub right now. Come on, that's like the Playboy Mansion. What are we talking about here? Laramie is a hard sell. That's all I'm saying. So all the players are going to leave every time they get a chance. Yeah, unfortunately. I don't know what point you're trying to make though, but my top game ball will go to Villanova. Villanova winning on the road by double digits at the Dunk. Kyle Neptune, stop letting these motherfuckers boo you. You're in year 2. You had injuries year 1. And I know I just gave, I gave Ed Cooley shit, but still to me, Villanova looked all right year 1 at times. There's more hope there. And you're following a fucking legend. I think it's harder. You're following Patrick Ewing. Come on. Yeah, I think Villanova is worthy of the top game ball for me. Where are you going with your second game ball?
Rocky Top. Go in there.
Road win.
Yeah. I mean that's a big time win. That's a hard environment in game day. Rick Barnes. Could this be the year with Dalton Connect?
Dude, he was sitting in the big sky. No one knew who
Dalton Connect was.
But we didn't. We knew who he was. Second game ball. I mean, it's South Carolina, man. I didn't think they'd be winning 25 fucking games. I don't care any way you shake it. 25 games at South Carolina is a really good season, and they still have 2 games left. Second game ball right there. Where are you going in your third game ball?
Final game ball. Let's go to one I don't think people are talking about. Let's go to the Iowa Hawkeyes. Go into Northwestern, get a win. They've won 4 out of 5. They beat Wisconsin.
They are playing good ball, man.
They may win the fucking tourney. They're the kind of team that could win the tourney. Fran McCaffrey, everybody's sleeping on them right now. Let's go.
Look, I wanted to give my final game ball to South Florida, but the chat is right with Unobotamium. UTSA was the 17.5 point dog that won on the money line at SMU, who's going to be in the ACC next year. I know Max got a great joke loaded up saying, well, this is on par, but the Roadrunners go in there. I don't even know what the money line was off the top of my head. What was the money line on that? Unbelievable.
Like 10 to 1. We should have liked it. That's
God. I even noted it last night and I looked at it this morning. I said, but I still didn't do it.
I forgot that SMU's going to the ACC. I'm sorry. That would have been an auto play if you had reminded me.
Right there. That's my fault. That's my fault. I should have let in with that.
Like, oh yeah, let's take the
ACC. Folks, if you're watching on YouTube, stick around for the B side. We're gonna pick every game. But on the audio side, go check out the picks. All right, this is the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here. All right, we are back on the college basketball experience, and now we recap games for about 7 hours, and go listen to all 7 hours. We got a nice little Sunday slate though, and I'm gonna open up things with the fucking lock here. I'm here with Moneyline Mac. Noah is in the Everglades, chasing alligator dick, and UConn's winning by 30 tomorrow. I will lock up UConn minus 14.5 against Seton Hall to start things off with a bang. The Huskies take down Seton Hall by 21, 24, 27. Mac, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm with you. As much as I wanted to take Seton Hall, this is a bait to take Seton Hall. UConn is going to win the Big East tomorrow. 12 o'clock CBS. They were by 25. Revenge from December.
Ryder, red hot Ryder.
Where we at standings wise?
They've won five straight. The moving company. Whew.
I know it.
I mean, at what point do we just admit that Ryder is going to go dancing? They're only 2.5 back.
Canisius won 3 in a row, though.
The only bad thing is there's only 2 games left. So they are eliminated from winning the the MAAC regular season. I love how Quinnipiac is somehow in first right now. That bothers me. Even though I loaded up on Quinnipiac last night, I still think Fairfield's better than them. I'm taking Rider -1.5, but I'm not locking this fucking thing. Canisius could beat them. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take Canisius, but I'm not going to bet it. It's going to be an interesting game.
Illinois State is laying 5.5 at Valpo. Valpo has lost 11 straight games, but as NC Nick says, they cover these fucking games
on the road, though.
That's true. They are 5-11 at home. This line reeks. Give me Illinois State. I'm not taking it. Not betting this. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm diving into this one. Illinois State, lock it up.
Shout out to Jared. Oh, he's locking it up.
Let's go.
Sorry.
Cheers.
Moneyline Mac locking up the Redbirds.
Yeah.
Redbirds fly high.
Playing for a winning season.
Jared Green says, "Hey, I gotta go to sleep, guys. I'm giving you fucking $10. If you could just push this to the front of the line." You know what? We can. I never thought about this. We could do it. We could do this. If you want us to talk about your game, feel free to throw money into the pot, and we'll talk about that. We'll bump everything. I'll give you no volleyball Coors Light stories and go straight to the fucking top. I'm being sarcastic, but I mean, sure, we can do that. Indiana's catching 8.5 at Maryland. Give me Indiana plus 8.5, man.
This got to be a trap, man.
This is a rematch of the 2002 national championship.
Yeah, this is a conference matchup. Indiana did win the first matchup earlier in the year in Bloomington. But whenever it goes to Maryland, Maryland has their number.
Dude,
I'm laying it.
How many teams has Maryland beaten by over 8.5 this year? Rutgers is one. That just happened.
Indiana's like Rutgers.
They did beat Iowa by 12. Okay. You know what? Changing my pick. And they beat Nebraska by 22. You know what? I'm full of shit. Give me the Terps. My mom graduated from Maryland. I'm sorry, Jared. Thank you for your $10. And I hope you're not an Indiana fan, because now we're taking Maryland. And I just don't know the pulse of
play the music. I'm locking the Terps. They're gonna.
I'll join you.
Indiana's off their miracle win.
I'll join you. Let's go.
They had to fucking shut down the generator. Fucking stop the game.
Give me Maryland. Maryland minus 8.5.
Go Terps.
UIC is at Missouri State. Missouri State's laying 4.5. Give me Missouri State.
Yeah, give me Missouri State. I was with you. I was like, this game kind of stinks.
There's a flat 8 out there from Maryland too, so jump on over there.
Go Terps, baby.
Siena is catching 16.5 points at the Aqueduct here, taking on Quinnipiac.
Don't disrespect them, baby.
Man, give me the points. Quinnipiac only won by 12 the first time. Give me the points. What are you doing here?
It's a Sunday. Should we bet Siena?
No.
Quinnipiac's in first. We gotta fade.
They can win the championship though.
The pressure though. This is Siena, baby. This is Siena's spot. Siena.
No.
Sprinkle some on the money line. Let's go.
Manhattan's catching 11.5 at St. Peter's. I'll take the Jaspers plus 11.5. They can hang in this game. What are you doing here?
Yeah. I like what I've seen from Manhattan recently. Especially they're better on the road. They got the big win over Siena. This is fringe lock. Gallagher's doing a good job. You said 11.5?
11.5.
I think we should bet this, man. This. I mean, St. Peter's won 4 in a row. Nice fade spot. Got Ryder on deck.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Manhattan, baby.
Jaspers plus the points.
I'll have Manhattan.
Love a Manhattan. More of an old fashioned guy, but I love Manhattans too. I'm gonna let you you can really talk me into this. Marist is laying 3.5 against Iona, but Marist is great at home, man.
Yeah. Do we worry they're off the big national TV game though?
I mean, I'm definitely going to take Marist. It's just whether I bet it or not. They're fire at home, man. When they're on the road is when Marist sucks ass. Their defense is legit good. Like it's the number 8th rated defense in the nation. Their offense is horrible though. It's like this is like Virginia 2.0.
Yeah. I'm
laying the points. You can talk me into a lock. What are you doing here?
I'm going to take Iona again. I feel like this is it. This is the trap line of this MAAC. They're off the big emotional win. They got Iona who's stumbling. Maybe this is the Tobin Anderson get up spot.
Yeah, maybe. Mount St. Mary's is catching 2.5 at Niagara. We should take Mount St. Mary's.
I like that angle. Niagara sucks at home.
Yeah.
Niagara can't win a home game. Let's go.
Mount St. Mary's plus 2.5. Let's ride.
How many has the Mount lost in a row?
2, I think.
Yeah, 4 out of 5, but every game is fucking close. Yeah, let's go. Money line.
UMKC is hopping their way into fucking Tulsa, Oklahoma to take on Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts laying 2.5. Who the fuck is this UMKC team? I've had a hard time. They've won 5 straight. Give me UMKC. I don't have any faith in Oral Roberts beating them.
UMKC's won 5 straight. Bob Roberts has lost 6 straight. And they're like,
wait, why are they favored? Okay.
Bob Roberts on senior day. Lock it up. Let's go.
It's easy to see a tide turn.
Look.
Well, I don't get break my head cold, but they're counting down 7-6-5.
I will lock Oral Roberts because the line makes no fucking sense. Give me Oral Roberts,
action, baby.
Let's go. I mean, do you want the biggest locks of the day? I find this insulting. Both teams are in the bottom 40 in pace. So let me get this straight. They're both bottom 40 in pace. There is no way North Texas has only won 4 of the last 10.
They're good at home though.
But they don't blow teams out of the UTSA just beat them at home. This was a 1-point game on January 17th where North Texas threw a 80-foot pass that was perfectly put where they make a layup. Mike Schwartz, Mark Adams and company are coming into Denton, Texas. This line is ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous. And I believe Mike Schwartz is going to come in there and get the dub. The money line is live. Plus 330 is live.
And may the Schwartz be with you. What a world, what a world.
Let's go. This is the one. Money line. Money line.
There was nothing that we couldn't do. We set out to defend our name, and now we'll never be the same. Never be the same. 'Cause we believe.
What are you doing here, buddy?
I'm going to join you, actually. The more and more I look at it, North Texas also has FAU on deck. So give me ECU and the points. Lock it up.
Because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina. You don't come to East Carolina. You don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it.
Let's fucking go. I'm going to keep this lock train going because as much as I like Bradley, I think they're getting fucked up at Drake tomorrow. I will take Drake minus 4.5. What are you doing here?
This might be my favorite play of the day. All over Drake. They're one game back of Indiana State. Probably not going to get the loss, but hey, remember Bradley beat them on Senior Day last year. Now it's Drake's turn on Senior Day. They're going to put it on Bradley here. Let's go.
Let's fucking go. This is a great game. Indiana State's laying 13.5 against Murray State. Lay it. I'll lock it. Murray State's fucking shit this year, man. This team sucks. They got no heart. They got no soul. Meanwhile, Indiana State and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar over there just killing it. Lay it. What are you doing here?
Is there a lot? I'm torn on this game because I think they are going to win, but I don't know if they're going to cover.
Murray is not good this year, dude. We just took them. Belmont beat them at home by like 25 points or something.
Yeah.
They're living off their reputation.
All right. I'll join you. It's Senior Day. They're going to
let's go
win the league just like Grand Canyon tonight.
Let's go. Exactly.
You talking about it.
I find it ironic that Noah Phoenix setting sail in Florida. He's out there on Lake Orlando, whatever the fuck it's called, wherever the fuck he's at. He's in the Gulf of. I don't think he has the Gulf of Mexico money. He's definitely on the Atlantic side. He's on the Atlantic side. Maybe in the middle. And I find it ironic that he's not here to do a basketball show after being with us the whole fucking season because they're little family vacation like they're the fucking Griswolds over here. All right. And they're going down to Florida. He says, I got a family vacation. Can't be here. Find that ironic that Michigan and Ohio State are playing at the same fucking time.
Oh, yeah. This is about to be an ass whipping here.
Ohio State's laying 11.5.
Lock.
Yep.
Ohio State by 30.
Get this Michigan bullshit out of here. I hope a gigantic obscure mosquito bites you on your fucking nose, Beanick.
Now he's trying to fucking come in here today.
And you go to the doctor and you don't know what it is and they don't know what it is. And your nose is just fucking swollen with bullshit. A new bullshit mosquito flying around. All right. Don't worry. I don't wish death on you. Just a red ass nose. So every fucking little bar you go into down there in Florida, you go in there looking just like no one's interested in you. You got this big ass shiner on your fucking nose because you're not even here to talk Ohio State, Michigan, you crazy bastard. He's in the chat though. Even worse. It's insulting to me. It's insulting to me that he's not here. You know, there's a mobile app. You can join the stream on the app. Unbelievable.
Hey, did we do Northern Iowa and Southern Illinois?
It's oh no, I actually I skipped past that. My bad. Northern Iowa is at Southern Illinois. Southern Illinois SIU is laying 3.5. Give me SIU minus 3.5. What are you doing here?
I had Northern Iowa as a lock. I think they're going to win the game. It's culture time with my Panthers. They're going to win this game in Carbondale. Coaching. Let's go.
Let's battle.
All right, let's go. Let's go, Panthers.
It's a small world when you've got unbelievable tits, right?
I was not trying to play that. Was not trying to play
that
but that's what Noah's saying right now at the dive bar there in Sarasota. Yeah, let's go. We got a battle. Dundee with the Salukis. Mac with UNI. Okay. You almost got me all fucked up here. Evansville's catching 10.5 at Belmont. Evansville's lost 6. Remember when Evansville won like 3 or 4 in a row? They've lost 6 straight now.
Talking. Oh God, I feel like we should bet Belmont. Have they quit?
You know who you sound like right now? You sound like a friend of mine over here. That this is what you sound like right now.
Well, I don't get Rain Man cold, but they're counting down 7-6-5.
I will take Belmont minus the points. But
Belmont's a French lock. The line is telling you they're gonna fuck them up again. Evansville's quit.
The Memphis Tigers are laying 7.5 against UAB. Damn, the market's adjusted to Memphis all of a sudden kicking ass. But you know what? Fuck you. I am locking UAB plus 7.5. They're gonna give them a game. What are you doing here?
So I'm looking at it right now. Memphis has FAU on deck. The last time, though, they had FAU on deck, they drilled Charlotte. I think Memphis is going to fuck them up. I'll lock Memphis, and we're going to have a battle. Memphis might win out.
No, I'm dude, on the grid today, they asked me what's a conference tournament future with value. Someone that won't be a 1, 2, or 3 seed. And I was like, Memphis. Take Memphis right now. They're going to win the AAC. But Nah, they get up for these big games. So let's do a little battle. Dundee riding with the Blazers. Mac saying Wheat Tigers. Nebraska's laying 8.5 at home against Rutgers. Lock. Fuck out of here. Rutgers on the road scores like 40 points a game. Shit ass offense. Tominaga's going to score 40 himself. What are you doing here?
Tominaga Magic, Nebraska blowout by 20. Bounce back.
Yes. And I will keep the locks going because Colorado's laying 11.5 against Stanford.
Standalone game.
You can find an 11 out there right now, by the way. Stanford quit. Jared Haas is gone. He's got the house. He's had the house on the market for 4 years, but he's finally boxing up his shit. Colorado is going to fuck them up.
Look out, just watch him go. Guy on a buffalo.
Lay the 11. Let's go.
Oh no, it's a guy on a buffalo. Guy on a buffalo.
What are you doing here, Mac?
Battle. Give me the Huggers in the standalone window. They're going to get up for this one and lose by 7.
You know, a lot of people go to college for 7 years.
Huggers.
Do a little battle. Dundee with the Buffs. Mac, Tree Huggers. See, here's where you're fucking up, buddy.
Slate's a little short tomorrow, man.
Here's where you're fucking up. Hey, and you know there's no NFL on. Hey, college basketball. There's no NFL on this Sunday.
Why is Richmond VCU not at Sunday?
I know, all of those games. Charlotte, UCF or USF, all those games. Total fail. But where you're fucking up is Cal covered against Colorado. The previous game, Cal covered.
And then they laid an egg tonight. So Stanford laid the egg the other night. Now
my point is the Buffs are fire at home. And
They
Cal
are.
just covered. They're going to win by 30. 30. Count them. All right, let's go.
Nah, this will be a 6-point game.
Top
standalone game. They'll get up
top
for
play of the night.
Drake.
Where are you going?
Drake.
Really? I mean, that is a good play. I think the top play of the night, personally, is I think it's ECU. I was close to saying Indiana State. So that's the parlay. Drake, ECU, Indiana State.
If you want to throw a fourth to there, I'm looking, what do I like?
It's Nebraska.
Yeah, I love Nebraska. Nebraska at home's fucking awesome. It's love
Nebraska.
Ohio State. Like, I feel like they've been struggling against Ohio State. Like, I feel like they're due to just fucking blow them the fuck out.
I'm with you. And Finn in the chat has been with us a while because he says we need to go fund me so we can hear the Men at Work song one last time. I don't even know what that number would be if they successfully sued me, which I think they would have a pretty good case. But yeah, we can try that. Folks, this is the last night. Tomorrow night, we're going to go a little bit later because I have an SGP show at 8:30 tomorrow Pacific, but we have conference tournaments kicking off or tipping off Monday. So this is the last night with full on regular season games.
And why there aren't more, I have no idea.
I mean, just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. The last night with only regular season games, and then we jump into the madness. So best bets are ECU, Drake, Nebraska, Indiana State. I think Indiana State's going to win by 20, personally. And I think Colorado and Ohio State will dominate too. Give Noah Beanick a follow. All right. I know I just wished mosquito sex on his nose, but you know, he's a good son of a bitch. Oh, there he is. He's trying to join right now. He's at an Econo Lodge somewhere down there in Pensacola or wherever the fuck he's at. Noah, you feel free to jump in right now. I don't know if I know you have no. Let's just do this. Hi, Noah. Noah. Come in now. Where's the 3? Where's the 3 set up here?
Oh,
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here.
You said it. There he is.
I'm not set up, guys. Sorry. This guy. Anyway, shout out to Noah. Give him a follow. Give him a follow on Twitter. He might be shitting his pants right now at NoahB77_. Moneyline Mac's on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at Colby D. The College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. We had a great. Did you not see our MASH video? We made a theme to the court storming situation going on in Winston-Salem with Kyle Filipowski and Duke. We published a video that you should check out. You can follow at TCE on SGPN on Instagram. We have a video out also on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. You'll see a great video where we starring Kyle Filipowski, John Shire, John Fanta, Andy Katz, Pat Forty, Seth Greenberg, Jay Billis, Pick Dundee. It's out there in the universe. All right. So go check that out. And yeah, we're grateful. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. We're going to have a college basketball show tomorrow as well. Check out the Big 12 Experience. When are you guys recording next, buddy?
Monday. We'll do the recap and we'll look ahead to Big Monday. We got Texas and Baylor, the final Big Monday of the year, man.
Whew. Yeah, jump on that final Big Monday. Where can I check that out? Rob Donaldson on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Also on my personal Twitter at TheColbyD. Please share it, guys, if you can. We're trying to cause awareness of how pussy our media is. Ryan Hasty also. So you'll see it. It's a play on MASH, the TV show MASH. So jump on over there and check it out. I thought it was well done, but maybe I'm just in love with myself, which is probably the case. Until next time, folks, this is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
I lost a bet on the Super Bowl, so I had to dive in and crawl around through the snow. Don't believe me? Believe me, there's a video. We made it to promote March 5th and then we did the show. Before March there was a winter to be lived through, and snow fell on the DC metropolis. In some other cities this wouldn't be big news, but where I live it felt like an apocalypse. Not the kind with zombies or the wrath of God, but the kind where Mother Nature doesn't laugh it off. I didn't laugh at all. I saw the sky smoking the blunt, now waiting for the ash to fall. Traffic stalled for a few weeks. Capitol Hill of snow taking up a parking space. A couple notches on the beltway ain't unique, but hiring freezes get more than your heart to race. I mean, the rats were frostbit, they lost it, risking their lives just to make it to the office. Exhausting, caustic, cold front rose up through the mid-Atlantic and did its damage. Detective barely didn't expect a camera and brought a gun to a snowball fight. I know my rights in the season of mood swing. Some of us winning, some of us losing. That broken clock's been blinking since winter. I hope it's not telling me I was born to lose. I lost my temper, but I found my center. Winning winter, so I can stay warm with you. That broken clock's been blinking since winter. I hope it's not telling me I was born to lose. I lost my temper, but I found my center. Winning winter, so I can stay warm with you. So I can stay warm. So I can stay warm. So I can stay warm. Des says you're beautiful little snowflakes. I say that you're snowmobiles with no brakes. This isn't how normal feels, it's so fake. I need more to shovel while the hubble hovers above us. Lovers and haters ever collapsing rap stars. NASA is my backyard. The chain link fence couldn't contain the frozen rain that caused the middle madmen to go insane. I wrote a name in spray paint for Valentine's Day. She didn't feel the same, I was out of line. Hey, a cold shoulder is nothing new to the stone owner. Looking for a froze over belladonna for snow blower. Temperature lower killed the hot streak. They know I'm a broken clock and talk's cheap. The homie Dave and the bird caught it after. The misery crew saw the storm growing faster as the